Maybe you guys have seen him trending on Instagram.
Look, he can barely even hold the bar.
All around him, roids, roids, roids. But you don't put on that kind of size and get riddled with blood bursting, veins, and muscle definition playing around with a weighted heavy skipping rope.
You have social media people who want to have a Ferrari to hide their insecurities. So they take steroids, lie about it.
I record it. I start the tracking of what I'm doing. It's gonna be a few weeks ago. No, a few months ago.
And so your protein powders. But here's my new protein powder, 20% off. Use my code. But yeah, realize, real lies.
And welcome back. We had a ton of comments from our last video of guys claiming they looked as good or better than the TRT fake natty daddies that we highlighted, attributing that to just 20 years plus of consistent hard work at weightlifting and eating clean. So today I'm going to spice up the selection as I rip through these 4 lifetime, all natural, genetic freak fitness influencers. Warm up those fingers. I want to hear those keyboards clacking away. What do all of these influencers have in common?
So if you come out now and be like, yes, I use a little bit, I use TRT, I use this, then they're gonna ruin their reputation. Now you've just been a liar.
I was trying to put my finger on what makes your physique so unique.
First up in the lineup, needs no introduction, Simeon, Panda. Starting as we always do you know anyone in your social sphere that looks like this genetic freak? Right on his Instagram profile, lifetime natural bodybuilder, so obviously he's just trained harder and longer than any of us. Second check, who's he hanging around with? Oh, only the top dogs in the steroid community. Let's size him up against Larry Wheels, most open steroid user in YouTube basically today.
And there's nothing like it I've ever taken. I've taken all the PEDs you can think of. You know, things like Tran and Anadrol, and so on.
Look at them going toe to toe. He's standing shoulder to shoulder. Larry Wheels is giving him the eye. Check out those looks.
Even though I didn't get it on that one, I want.
I like to hear it again because the first set is the feeling for me. I want to see how I go get the second time. But my working set is going to be the 6 to 8. That's why I was like, oh, so why would you do a 13?
How much cardio I want to do, but
for me, that seems to be the only factor that I can change right now that can bring me back to being best. You know, that's.
Yep. Oh, shit. That's wild. It's that old man strength, I guess. Still kicking in.
Now let's compare him to the greatest fake natty. The greatest natural bodybuilder of all time, Mike O'Hearn.
One of your legs is as big as his whole body. What are you gonna do with him up there?
One of these legs? Like I'm gonna hold solid and knock him silly.
Okay, there they are. Boom. Shoulder to shoulder, equal size, if not slightly bigger, better looking than him. Boy, oh boy, those are some juicy genetics. And here he is hanging out with his BFF Mike Thurston. Oh, look at all the cars we've afforded, deceiving our loyal followers. All around him, roids, roids, roids. And we have this clip of him defending his natural status. He even went and got a lie detector test.
And bring you know, okay. I really could have done it sooner, but I didn't. I just didn't think it was that big a deal. Question 1: have you ever used any form of steroids?
Do you mean, did I do drugs in the last week? No, of course not. Honest answer. What do all the top comments in the Natty or Juice jury have to say about that?
Let's say Simeon Panda, for example. You know, this guy has claimed lifetime natty.
So I don't want to say that 100% sure that every one of these guys are using PEDs, but I'm going to say 100% of these guys are using PEDs. I mean, let's just be real. Let's just call it what it is.
So I'm giving back the Tesla.
Boom. There you go.
If you've ever seen bigger peaks than this on anyone ever.
I can hear the keyboards click, 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 clattering. Let those comments pour in. Up next, Julian Fitzgerald, 18 years old.
Your conditioning right now is better than I had for my show.
Thank you. You just turned 19 years old.
I'm not even sure I want to give this guy airtime. At 18, my post-workout high protein snack was a PB and jam sandwich.
I don't plan on hopping on any PEDs anytime soon.
Maximizing his genetics. You guys have been hearing me talk about it. Maximize your genetics.
Maybe you guys have seen him trending on Instagram.
Just take a glance at the expressions on Larry Wheel's face in disbelief of the things coming out of this kid's mouth.
Rear delt being flexed. I'm not sure how many I just did.
That's how you get bigger, that's how you grow strength.
Is being able to like take, I would say necessarily last, but being able to be like, okay, I can't do this weight, so I need to go down. And that way, when I start with this one, I'm probably more likely to be able to get 4 range of motion and actually grow from that.
This kid admits to being a skinny kid, only lifted for 3 years and achieved this status.
So, I mean, look, he could barely even hold the bar.
But look how crap his form and movement prowess is. And even his lack of knowledge on the own weights that he uses to get this big and bulky.
I mean, hey man, if you go for it, I'll go for it too. It's not supposed to be easy. Yeah, nah.
You don't think so?
Okay, totally is not adding up.
Whenever, you know, it's time to put in the work, that's where I kind of specialize and I just lock in and just do what I need to do and more, you know what I mean?
Sure. Go. That's 5.
Lock in and just do what I need to do and more, you know?
2 more. Oh, okay. Again. Again. Come on. Come on.
Let's use Larry Wheels as our steroid punching bag, being totally open about it, and size this kid up next to him. Okay, look at that size with 3 years lifting experience. Very, very fishy. What do you guys think at home?
All right, hell yeah.
Perfect. Nothing too heavy, but just heavy enough to give you that pump.
Right now, how's that shoulder pump?
It's great actually, it feels nice.
Good.
I don't think I've had one of these in a while actually.
The fitness education argument still rings true. These guys are making a shit ton of money off their physiques. So is it honestly outworking and outlifting everyone else? And do they deserve our views? Or are they having a good laugh driving away in the Ferraris, maintaining their physiques with supplements and PEDs beyond just genetics?
Dirty, drunken animal.
Guilty as charged.
Still pushing and selling us supplements.
You know, as we get older, harder to freaking stay lean, but getting those extra calories with the cardio was the key.
Yeah.
Do they still deserve our follows, and do we keep watching them for their dated and bland fitness advice?
It's your top set because that's all we've got today.
Yeah.
But well and truly, 13 reps is like that's a working set kind of range, right?
Nsmia was bodybuilding at a young age. He obviously has some genetic gifts
And
but
works super hard.
Has taken care of himself.
Number 3, Nsmia Inyang used to go by the Natty professor, but suspiciously has closed and privatized that account. And he hangs out and affiliates with the biggest steroid user of the past, powerlifter Mark Bell, with the Mark Bell podcast team. Check out this body language from a podcast where they were addressing Nsmia's natty status.
What's weird is that you got a lot taller from that time. That's what I find strange.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably the growth hormone, I assume, or the IGF-1. We all use this shit and we're all jacked.
We all use this shit is referring to anabolic steroids, man.
It's a great picture, but like
You have Mark Bell, who's been an open steroid user his entire life, sitting there calm as a bomb. And then you have apparently the super lifetime natural Nsmia fidgeting like crazy, taking sips of water every 2 seconds from his drink and twirling the pen, touching the mic over and over. I think it's up to 40 times in just a 15-minute segment. Any body language experts out there? Weigh in the comments. He's recently tried to rebrand himself, preaching the 97 planes of movement, rope flow, WEC method.
I'm David Weck, inventor of the Bosu ball.
Animal flow, barefoot training. So his channel actually is pretty dang good to expand your spectrum of fitness, like I always preach. But you don't put on that kind of size and get riddled with blood bursting, veins, and muscle definition playing around with a weighted heavy skipping rope. And a perfect segue to our last guy, who was a guest on the Mark Bell Every Guest is on Steroids podcast.
Well, that's, I mean, he just gave us the secret, and Tren and Clen, of course, but yeah.
Number 4, Obi Vincent, just a tiny little guy.
Now around 112. Yeah, we're the same weight. What's the actual pounds? 246. 240. Yeah. So
no, 250 pounds, likes to do tons of cardio and go for bike rides. No, not that kind of bike ride. Less Lance Armstrong, more rhinoceros on a bike.
I got a question here. How did you get big? Because it's one thing to be lean, right? But you're big. How'd you get, like, what was there a particular style of training, or do you think you just responded well to training? Was there something specific that you did?
I mentioned Obi before in the channel trailer because he always uses the ski handles backwards and has very poor sloppy form with his kettlebell techniques, which proves he's a self-taught fitness influencer, figuring it out as he goes. He's never been corrected.
What exactly is your job title? And I'm like, I teach people how to lift weights.
And he's gaining traction and all these views and likes from his physique, not from a huge well of experience, fitness knowledge background.
And that always stuck with me. And Kai Green also is known for just using lightweight and making it work and and it's all about form.
Here he is demoing a warm-up move with power bands, and he's put the band right on the back of his popliteal fossa, the very delicate area of exposed veins. You never ever do that. Band goes down on the calf. I chirped this over a year ago and he reposted the video, still having not corrected his technique, which proves he probably saw it on an Instagram, decided to do it himself, not actually knowing where that band goes. Self-taught fitness influencers. Watch out, he's on that Gymshark team, hanging around a dangerous circle of enhanced fitness influencers. And obviously he's pushing one of the worst fitness supplements on the market. Insider tip, we already know from my prior videos, most of these huge supplement companies are just rebranding generic powders from a factory into their own labeling. But if you can buy the supplements at a Walmart or a No Frills, okay, that is the bottom of the barrel accessible supplements. Avoid them at all costs. Go and watch my protein powder and creatine powder audit videos to learn more. And if I slow the footage down, you can see just through the doors the same huge bulk bags of bulk whey protein powders.
Nsmia, are you taking drugs?
Yeah.
So, because like you got big, how, like, first off, because people probably ask you that all the time.
Yeah.
But how was that for you? How do you deal with that?
Folks, whew. I love the comments on the fake Natty Daddy video. What do we think about all these guys claiming natural? Remember, this channel is about honest, balanced, full spectrum of fitness, education, and awareness. So we're not anti-steroid or PED, TRT use, but we know from the studies and from these influencers that talk about it, they literally do not do any work to gain this size and physique.
I was fooled 24/7. I could get a pump in literally one set. It was insane.
That from literally the first day you take them to the next day, from day 1 to day 2, you will see changes without changing anything in your diet, in your training.
But they're risking all the health benefits to do so for short-term gains in life. So why should we even be listening to any training advice they give us at all? These guys are filling up the Ferraris on the money they earn from us buying the supplements that they were pushing and holding in our faces, and that formula needs to stop. I won't make any money on the advice I have to tell you, which is eat right, train hard, sleep harder, recover hardest before you do your next workout, and start tracking your first 1,000 workouts. Oh, and also discount code on screen for my brand of placebo powder creatine.